Let me just show you this, and it's gonna be scary. Are you ready? Beauty standards are what makes us think that something is beautiful and also shapes how we see ourselves. But it's really interesting when you think that beauty standards are changing with time, and also beauty standards are going to be totally different from one place to another. I have been living in China for the last 7 years, and let me tell you, when I just arrived to China, the compliments that I would get definitely would not be the compliments that I would get back home. Hello everyone, my name is Katerina. I am a content creator, live host on TikTok, and I make all the stories about internet, but also my life in China here. So let's talk about beauty standards in China. When I just arrived to China, one compliment that I would get all the time is how beautiful is my nose. At first I thought everybody's making fun of me, to be honest, because that's the one thing that I was kind of always sad that it's not beautiful, or something that, you know, if you would just change that one thing, you would look better. This was actually my problem when I was back in school. I wouldn't say that I had like a big trauma, but I was a bit bullied about it. Luckily, I wasn't really that stressed about it, let's say. When I was like 13, because everybody was mentioning how my nose is very big, I said to my mom that there is one surgery that I really want to have, and luckily she played it very safe. She was like, yeah, of course you can do that, let's just wait until you're 18. By the time I was 18, I went through all of these phases that I wanted, I don't want it anymore, and I was fine with it. So I think it is interesting how that was one thing that I was really conscious about, and I was insecure about it. And then when I came to China, that was the one compliment I was always getting. And today I will try to explain to you what are the beauty standards in China and why they're also different. So when I moved to China, as I mentioned, having a nose that I have was considered very beautiful. Why? Because I have a very high nose, as they call it. So this is the high bridge they usually don't have. They usually have small noses, and also like very low in this higher part here. So I think that's very interesting. Actually, that is one of the most popular surgeries in China, to get this high bridge on the nose, and that's very different. I think back home we would always try to get like a small, very thin nose, and that's what is considered beautiful. Another thing that is very popular in China that I would also have a compliment is about my eyes. So it is very popular to have as big eyes as possible, but especially what is important is double lids. So I don't want to sound rude, but when people would tell me like you have beautiful eyes, like you have a double lid, I would be like, what do you mean I have a double lid? Like, in my mind, everybody that I knew had a double lid, and I never paid attention to it. I was like, yeah, like we have, like I didn't realize that people can have eyes without double lids. And even when I would see people without double lid, I wouldn't pay attention to that. I wouldn't consider that beautiful or ugly at all. So that was very interesting when I realized that most of the people in China are actually doing, well, not most of the people, but like the top one surgery in China is the double lid eye surgery. And actually that surgery nowadays costs around 1,000 RMB, not everywhere, but it goes from like 1,000 RMB, which is about like
7 hours later,
which is about like 150 euros. So that's actually quite cheap for a surgery, I think. And that shows how many people are doing this surgery, and how people, like how important it is in people's life. We're going to be talking a little bit more about surgeries, but just to mention how important these things are. Next thing we're going to be talking about are the lips. When it comes to the lips, they usually like thinner lips, which is the total opposite of back home, right? Like we went through this phase when people are putting so many fillers to have as full lips as possible, and I think it's still happening. In China, it's more popular to have thin lips, or if you want to have full lips, which is also very popular, it's just having a little bit fuller lips in the middle down here, and especially on the top part. It is called cherry lips. So you just want to have like kind of this shape, so this part here just a little bit filled, that's what is considered very beautiful. I'm not sure honestly how fillers, like if fillers are popular in China, but from what I know, it's not popular at all. So you either have fuller lips or you try to do it a little bit with your makeup, but I don't think that's going to be something they're going to be obsessing about. So if you don't have cherry lips, maybe you're just going to overline your lips a little bit in the middle, and that's basically it. You're still considered beautiful with thin lips. Another thing that is very interesting that I saw mostly on social media, so not really in real life, people are not, I think, really gonna do any surgeries about this, but on social media they're gonna use the filters, so your ears are gonna look a little bit more like elf ears. And that's actually another topic that I wanted to mention. In China, what is considered beautiful is not really being sexy or attractive in the same way as we would see that. In China, what is considered beautiful and attractive is being cute. So if you have a little bit like elf ears and you do look cute, you have this innocent look, that is what is considered beautiful. And I think that is very different. And in my opinion, very weird because I'm not used to it. Like, I don't know, for me, like saying somebody is very attractive and sexy because they're cute, there is something in my mind that I feel like it's really wrong, especially because I know it goes to the extremes. I know on social media some girls are going to be really popular because they're pretending to have like very childish voices. They're constantly mentioning how I'm 18, so that's really weird. But yeah, elf ears, that's one of the parts of the cute face. Another thing that is very popular when it comes to beauty standards in China, that is the V-shaped face. So actually having this part here cut, how do you even say it, like in a way cut. Having a surgery on your face that it gives you the V shape is very popular, but if you don't do this surgery, I said we were going to be talking about surgeries later. I think I told you the 3 most popular surgeries now, but that's it basically. But yes, if you don't do the surgery for that, I think that one sounds very painful and terrible, and I'm sure that one is a little bit more complicated. Don't worry, what you can do is just go and do all the filters on your face so you don't look at all like yourself. So yes, people are gonna be taking pictures and looking like they have basically an alien face. That's how obsessed with the triangle shape they are. And I think that makes them look very weird because of course it goes to the extremes. If you use filters, we all know how it goes. And that's why when I finish talking about the beauty standards on the face, we're going to be using the most popular app for editing pictures in China, and that app is called Snow. So I'm going to show you all the features and how you can edit your pictures to look beautiful to Asian standards, because I think even just looking at the app and all the options that you have to change your face, it's going to be very, very different from everything you're used to. But let's get back to the face. Next one is maybe the most important part when it comes to the face. That's about the skin. You are really supposed to have pale white skin as much as possible, and we all know probably the Korean glass skin look, where your skin is shiny, perfect, without of course any pores. Pores are forbidden. Basically for us the same. We are having this picture on the internet that everybody has perfect face without pores, and that's why nowadays everybody is really obsessed with having the most perfect skin, because on filters we do look like we have it. And I think that is something that is a little bit easier to achieve with all the skincare they have, and also genetics. They really have beautiful skin, but when it comes to having pale skin, that is something they work hard on. You will never see a person on a sunny day walking on the street without tons of sunscreen, which is very healthy. I don't disagree with that, but sometimes I feel it goes to the extreme. Let's just imagine you're walking in a shade and all of a sudden you see sunlight for like 30 seconds. You are gonna freak out. No matter the fact that you have sunscreen and everything, it's not because you're gonna damage your skin. It's like you really, really have to be as pale as possible. People are gonna use umbrellas whole summer, so umbrellas are very popular during the summer. Or if she's not wearing an umbrella, it's gonna be a hat, it's gonna be clothes that are like zipped up to here, face masks, whatever you can put on your face. Just make sure that your face is not exposed to the sun, because it is very, very important to have beautiful pale skin. That basically, if you live in Shenzhen, where I live, it means that you cannot even show your face most of the year, because like for 10 months it's very sunny. So you want to be beautiful, and you're constantly walking outside with a face mask, so nobody can actually see you, but you know underneath you're beautiful. Yeah, that's the idea, I guess. Now we covered everything when it comes to the face shape. Now let's use the app Snow and let me show you how I look. So when you open the app, you can already see my face is totally changed. You can see how harsh are the lines here. My eyes look like I'm an alien. Like they're so big, and also my skin of course doesn't have, is it glitching? Actually it's pretty good at not glitching at all. That's very interesting. And my face is really pale. So let's check some of the options that we have when we go to this beauty part. Okay, so my neck is slimmed as much as possible. When it comes to my head, of course it's slimmed down, so my head has to look very small. Skin tone, the only free option is going to be this light option, but that's basically what we want. If you want to be beautiful, you just need this one option. You don't need all the other options. They are given there. The skin, of course, no pores. You can even add this. So look how ridiculous this is. Like I really don't have, and that you can see the app glitching here. So yeah, when you see a Chinese picture online, trust me, you know it's edited and nobody looks like that, and they couldn't care less. I don't know if maybe for them also they think it looks realistic, but like it really doesn't look in my eyes. So basically you can see very quickly here, those are the beauty standards: having very big eyes, having a little bit fuller lips, very sharp face, that's very important, and very pale skin without any pores. And now I fit the beauty standards. Let me just show you this, and it's gonna be scary. Are you ready? I hate these filters. It makes me like, I think I look more beautiful this way, but just somehow when you see the change, like I feel like my head is so big now in reality just because of having this filter on. I'm done with this. That's it. Oh, it's scary seeing your face really after seeing your face with filters, especially when I use the filters for the apps we would usually go for Western social media, right? Because that is even like what fits my beauty standards, and then without it I'm like ugly, pores. I don't want to have those. Now let's talk about body shape. I just want to say, if you came this far in the video, don't forget to subscribe. It would really mean a lot. If you're skinny, that's the only way you fit the beauty standards. It is changing a little bit nowadays, but I'm just going to mention I live in a huge city, the most international city in China, and here you can see a lot of girls in the last, let's say 2 to 3 years, not more than that, going to the gym and wanting to have more curves. Sometimes they don't have them. Like you can see the videos, sometimes it's glitching everywhere, so they're popular for their fake curves. And honestly, they're just probably using the moment when China went from one beauty standard to another, and they're trying to figure out like, if this is popular, why I shouldn't start this new trend. So okay, but in reality, most of the parts of China is still just one standard. Being like 40 to 50 kilos is what is the most important part. So like you don't check like how tall you are and how it looks on your body. No, like 40 to 50 kilos, that's what you should be. And let's not talk about the details. Is it healthy? Is it, that's the standard, okay? They had the most ridiculous challenges online. So when it comes to body challenges, I think we never had those. Maybe I'm wrong, like maybe we did, but I don't remember ever trying to see if I look good based on certain challenge. The one challenge that was very popular is taking an A4 paper and putting it in front of your waist. If you can hide, or like you can be the same size as this A4 paper, then good. You look good, you're beautiful, you're skinny enough, it's fine. Post it online and show off your amazing body, right? The second trend is even more ridiculous, and it started with this collarbone here, trying to fit as many coins as you can here. And then it went to trying to put a whole egg. And then the last step was fill it with water. And as many fish can swim here, well, it gives you the chance to post it online. And if it's like one or two fish being able to swim inside, you are the ultimate goals of beauty and being skinny. I never seen anything like this. I never seen these beauty trends back home. I'm very grateful for that, because measuring how thin you are and then thinking you're beautiful because there is a fish in your collarbone, please, no, no. Luckily, these trends were happening a few years ago, and I'm not sure they have any new trends. I really tried to research, I talked to many friends, and they don't really think there are any new trends when it comes to that, but the beauty standards of being skinny are still there, and it's still really, really important. So I said I'm going to be talking about plastic surgery in China, but I mentioned the most popular ones already. What I will say definitely is that plastic surgeries are very, very popular. I'm not sure if they're going to be more popular than back in Europe or US, but I think they are maybe like the same popularity at least, so it's still definitely happening here. One thing that I thought is that in China nobody does Botox, fillers and things like that. Well, little did I know, for Botox it's actually happening. I thought they just have amazing genes and they just look young for a long time, and definitely they do. But also talking to people about it, I realized that many people that I personally know, they actually do Botox. I just had no idea about it. So it is still happening in China. And then when it comes to plastic surgery, as I mentioned, double eyelid, bridge on the nose, and this part here so you can have the V-shaped face are the three most popular surgeries in China. When it comes to breast implants, I think it's a little bit less popular in China, but it's still happening. So now you might be wondering, like, who does these surgeries, how expensive they are. I mentioned the eyelid one is actually not that expensive, and I think who does it, you would think like usually people who have more money or celebrities, of course celebrities, but then I think it is very popular in so many different cases. I watched so many interviews of people who don't have a lot of money, or even teenagers going through these kind of surgeries. It is very important to understand that in China beauty is very important. We know that beauty is important, and as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, we do have some benefits being beautiful, looking good, looking certain way, yes, even if we don't want to accept it. But in China it's also a little bit different, because me even saying that beauty is important, I feel superficial and I feel like I'm wrong, like I shouldn't be saying this, even though I think it is kind of there, like even with, if I want to fight it or not, it's there, right? But in China it's not like that. In China people are gonna come to your face and be like, oh, you gained weight, oh good, you lost some weight, you look better now, your nose is beautiful, your cheeks, you know, did you sleep enough? And honestly, in the beginning I was so shocked, like yes, it's so nice to hear compliments from a random person in a subway just coming to your face and be like, you have a very beautiful nose. But also somebody telling you like, oh, you gain weight, it's a little bit weird, but it's just a part of the culture, and they are not even trying to hide how beauty is important to them. You are gonna see some things online when like looking for a job or something, that people are very openly gonna tell you like, yeah, we're gonna take you for this job because you look beautiful. It's ridiculous. Maybe it's the same way happening back home, but we are just gonna hide it a little bit more. But let me tell you, it's very open in China, and people are going to be saving money to do surgeries, or even going to be saving money to do surgeries on their teenage kids, especially teenage girls, because they think if the girl has surgery when she's like 13, 14, 15, she will have an easier life and she will definitely find a job easier in the future. Maybe teachers are going to treat her better if she's beautiful. So they do invest a lot in surgeries, and no matter which age or how much money they have. One more thing that I wanted to mention when it comes to the surgeries is how they look for surgeries is definitely advanced. You can download an app where you can just scan your face, and yes, then you can find for surgeons. That's amazing. So with this app you could see what surgery you want and who are the doctors, what is their rating, if they're good or not, if they're close to you, what is the payment. So you can easily find all of this information online. You just go and scan your face, and then the app tells you you should do Botox, you should consider a double lid surgery, and you maybe want to look just for a doctor to do your nose, but the app is gonna tell you you should do 3 more things in your face to have the beauty standard. When I heard about this app, I was so shocked. I think the app is borderline rude and shouldn't be there. It is so weird to having an app telling you that you have to do all these surgeries to fit beauty standards. Like, then we would all look the same. I think it's just ridiculous. So that would be about it for this video. I really hope you feel beautiful, and maybe some of these things are gonna help you like it did help me to feel more beautiful with my face, with my nose, just because I realized that if somebody doesn't think it's beautiful because they have some beauty standards, well, it doesn't actually mean it's not beautiful. Like, I love my face this way, it's fine, we are fine. So I really hope you did enjoy this video and you do feel beautiful. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you want to hear more videos like this, but also it would really mean a lot if you can comment on this video if you like it or if you are interested in something similar to this. Beauty standards in China are one thing, but we do have a lot of beauty standards also coming from Korea, from Asia, and I really am passionate about this topic. Let me know, because I do have different videos on my channel and it really means a lot when I know what you guys want to see in the future. Thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and see you next time.